First of all, once again, I'd like to thank the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl committee people and everything for first of all, a great experience for our student athletes. You know, really was first class all the way and something that I'll always remember. I'm really proud of this football team for a lot of reasons, and overcame a lot tonight and persevered, and it wasn't our prettiest performance, but we found a way to make plays and stops when we needed to. This gentleman next to me played lights out. The receivers and the plays that we made when we needed them was a big part of things. So for us to win 9 football games is something that's special, that hasn't happened in our program very often, and something that we want to continue to build on.
I love you, Coach.
We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. We'll start here in the second row on my right. Get the microphone to you here in just a second.
Lance, you mentioned the 9 wins, but first bowl win in more than a decade also. I guess, does that hit you, what that means for this program?
Well, it means a lot. It means a lot to these young men. It means a lot for the program going forward, where we've kind of come from. All those things that you guys know that have been around us for 30 months, kind of thing where this started and where these guys have put this program means a lot. It means a lot for our staff, you know, all those different things and moving forward. So a bowl win, you know, we battled hard a year ago, came up short, and for us to find a way in this one is really a big step. And you can see, you know, it's great to see these guys celebrate and have fun and do the things especially all the things we ask them to do.
Third row here on the left.
Coach, when you first got here, went 2-10, rest last year making a bowl game. Now, for only the 6th time in the history of the program, Kansas has won 9 games. When you take a look at the progression to this point, you know, the bar keeps getting higher. What's the next step for Kansas?
Well, again, you know, 2 of these 3 will be back. So again, we've talked about putting ourselves in a position with the amount of players that we have returning, that we can be now, and I kind of said it to him one time, and then I kind of chuckled that we can be in a conversation to compete for a conference championship. And I don't think I ever would have thought I'd be saying that this quick into this time here at Kansas. So, and it's because of them and what they've done and their belief in one another, belief in what we do, and continually striving to get better each and every day. And hopefully this is just the beginning of having these type of opportunities.
First row here on the right.
Jason, obviously your last college game. Reflecting on your time at KU, what do you want your legacy to be here?
Yeah, you know, this past 3 years has been, you know, it's been a journey. You know, there's been ups and downs, and you know, I've learned plenty of lessons, you know, good and bad lessons, and you know, I think you know, the credit goes to my teammates, though. You know, the coaching staff, you know, the support staff, and you know, everybody that's in the building each and every day. You know, I think because of them, they were the reason that I was able to be great, and you know, I can't thank them enough.
For you, Lance, obviously Jason decides to come back for this year. For you in the program and for him, like, what do you feel like his legacy that he's left here is?
Wow. Like I've said to you guys during the season, it's been unique because with Jalen not being able to play, that in of itself was a blow, and you feel bad for the individual and everything Jalen's gone through. But you've heard me say it many times about probably one of the most improved football players on our team was the last 2 fall camps, and it was Jason Bean. So to see it come together and him have that opportunity, and never once, I've said this before, never once did he ever have bad body language and mope around and didn't get an opportunity or come in my office and talk about why he doesn't get a chance or something like that. And you know, there's all that special place in your heart for someone that you're pulling for, and for him to have this opportunity in this bowl game, to be up on that stage and be one of the players of the game and everything else, you could see the joy that his teammates had again. And so his legacy is not only going to be as a player, but what a great teammate he was as well.
First row here on the left.
Yeah, Jason, just that starts in the 3rd quarter where things kind of went south for you guys on offense and UNLV was picking up speed. Just How did you as an individual and you guys as a team bounce back from that?
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of an example of this whole season. We've had our ups and downs, and I think it's just credit to our attitude and how we stay even keel and not let the bad things really get to us and the good things either. I think the team handled the negativity very well, and I'm proud of them for doing that, and I'm just glad we came out the W.
First row on the right.
It was a theme all year, Jason. You weren't afraid to throw the ball up to these guys and other guys too. I wonder, it was even more tonight though. These guys, phenomenal show they put on. Were there extra words? I'd like you two to answer. I mean, did you guys give him a little extra nod tonight and say, hey, just give us an extra chance, or throw it up, or anything like that? I mean, because he did a lot of that, and you guys came down with it, and 3 touchdowns apiece.
No, it wasn't any extra words. It was just having that chemistry, that bond off the field, and just the quarterback having trust in us, the OC having trust and believing that if he throws the ball, we'll make a play.
Yeah, we've been practicing for the past month, keeping that chemistry going. We're not losing a stride, we're not losing rhythm, and then maybe a look here or there right before the play starts, right before the play's called, and you hear it, and you're like, all right, come on, I'm one-on-one over here, throw it. I ain't gonna say it, but I'll look it.
And you see it, Jason?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I want to ask all 3 of you too. You watched what Jalen did in the Liberty Bowl last year, setting all those records that he did. And you didn't let it last very long. He's got to go get 7 now to top you. Would you have believed that, any of the 3 of you, that you'd be talking about more records like that just 1 year later for a completely different guy and with this team in a different way?
Yeah, definitely. On the way back to the locker room, I was talking there with Rich, on the walk back, and just to have the season that we did last year and for it to end the way that it did, it just makes this season that much better, and it makes this ending that much more sweet. And like I said, I'm thankful for this team and everything they've done for me. They made me a better person, and I'll forever be thankful for that.
Second row here on the left.
To kind of build on that, you guys, second year in a row that the offense has been setting records in the bowl games. What is it about this group that allows you guys to be able to be that effective, especially when the lights are the brightest?
Yeah, well, I think it first starts with the coaching staff and how they they lead us every day, and I think there's a big thing with this program of being player led also. We have a lot of belief in each other, and I think it kind of just goes to show in games like this.
If I could, I'll jump on that one just a little bit too, because we got 3 guys here, and we talked about other players, and you look at the play of Devin Neal. We got a spark from Dylan McDuffie, laid a little bit on some runs, but Mason Fairchild makes a big 3rd down catch. You look at Jared Casey with a big 1st down catch and getting the 1st down and staying in bounds, keep the clock running. Just things like that is the nice thing that we've been able to do, is get the ball at different times to playmakers, and it's hard because you can see what they can do, and we haven't talked about Quentin Skinner's plays either yet. So when you have this many guys, and the nice thing is the multiple part of our offense gives these guys an opportunity, and we just don't know sometimes which night which guy's going to get the opportunity, but they all have the capability.
And then with both of you guys, Lawrence and Luke both tying the record for the number of reception touchdowns. First of all, did you guys know that was the record when you guys got to it? And second of all, when you got your 3rd one, Luke, to pull into the lead with Lawrence there, what was the reaction there?
I'll go first. I had a feeling that what we did haven't been done in a long time. If it had been done, and it's always a competition between us to see who can get the most touchdowns, who can get the most yards. But it's a friendly competition. So whenever Luke had 2 touchdowns and I had 1, I came up to him and was like, "You're not finna be the only one with 2 touchdowns." And I ended up getting the touchdown. And then I scored. Then Luke came back and he came up to me like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be the only one with 3 touchdowns." So it's a friendly competition, but it's just to make each other better and keep us pushing and going. And that's how we knew that we was gonna be able to set records and break records. And I feel like this is just an ongoing process with us.
Yeah, same as LJ. I mean, me and him, whether it's practice, game, we're trying to make the best catch that we can, trying to one up each other, whether it's a 5-yard route, 5 yards, going in and blocking, going in and cracking, getting 50, 60-yard touchdowns. But like at the end of the day, we're on the same team, so we're just having fun competing with each other. But at the end of the day, we're scoring touchdowns for KU. So.
Second row on the right.
Jason, after throwing 3 interceptions in the first 3 quarters of the game, what was the thought process going into the 4th quarter? How are you able to keep that short-term memory and throw 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter there?
Yeah, well, I think, I've had games like that before where there's been, some bad plays, and, I think there's, I've learned my lesson before and not letting that try to get to me, and I think I did a good job with that tonight, and, I was able to bounce back and, get this team going and, finish out the game strong.
First row left.
Jason, just looking back at your Kansas career and the ups and downs and everything you had to overcome, your progression as a player, do you feel like this, setting touchdown record, time with Todd Reesing, ending it was almost like a perfect ending for everything that's happened?
Yeah, well, it's a lot better ending than last year. I'm just, thankful for the way that this team played tonight, and they played their guts off, and like I said, I'm just thankful.
We're just waiting on the microphone. We're going to go to second row here on the right.
So in preparing for UNLV, was this the type of game you guys were expecting?
I've never come out and just say we expecting this from an opponent, but we are going to play to our best potential. If we start a little slow, we're going to pick up that slack. So I never say, we never underestimate our opponent. It doesn't matter if it's UNLV or if we play in Alabama, we're going to come out and we're going to play our game. We focus on ourselves, and that's one of our biggest things. We're going to focus on ourselves. We're going to get each other better collectively as a group, and then we're just going to go out and play. However the results end is just how it ends, but we know how we're going to practice and how we're going to play at the end of the day.
Second row on the right. No, right here. Right here.
Lance, you mentioned Devin. You said that Luke's coming back. Is Devin also going to be back with his team?
Yeah, I think that's the questions for Devin. I'll defer those to him.
Okay, we're just going to take a couple more questions back here on the back risers.
Cool, yeah, back here. This one quickly for Luke and LJ. After that last touchdown, the Spider-Man meme, whose idea was that? And have you guys been thinking about that all month, or how'd that all go down there?
We've been thinking about that for how long you want to say? Probably since like the first or second game of the season.
Yeah.
And we was like, we gonna get a picture with all 3 of us doing the Spider-Man thing at least one time. But that was really Quinn Skinner's idea. He came up with the idea, and we was like, all right, that sounds good. We're gonna go with it, cause we all can catch. So it's like, oh, we all got sticky hands, so we just like do it to everybody.
And we were really waiting for him to score, but he just on the 1. So we were just waiting for that. So we just decided, after the 6-1 between us 2, we decided we should just do it.
And one more for Lance, for this program, just for the guys that stuck around when you took the job, and the first guy that came to my mind just for the area we covered was Mason Fairchild. Had other options, stayed here, kind of saw it through. How much did all those guys mean to this program, and just kind of seeing this through and carrying this program in the future?
It means the world. Kenny Logan, Mason Fairchild, Quint Lasser is part of it. I'm trying to remember how many were all there for the whole thing. And because in today's college football world, it's very easy to hit the eject button. And the guy to my right could have done that as well. And I hope some of these stories are maybe the good story about what this can be if you just stay with it, okay? And good things will happen. So to see those guys have a chance to go to 2 consecutive bowl games, come up with a win, 9 wins, all the different things that they've been able to experience really in the last 2 years is pretty special.
That'll wrap up tonight's press conference. Congratulations to the Kansas Jayhawks, the 2023 Guaranteed Rate Bowl champions.